Valkyrie profile. So much good characters, so much strong characters. But who are the 10 most powerful ones? Let's find out in this top 10. Before we begin with the top 10, though, I must say that I decided to only put characters in their top uh, where they are most stronger, so I'll not repeat the same characters with one exception, kind of. I think you already know who I'm talking about, but yeah. Also, this is gonna be not exactly a top 10, it's gonna be more characters because I decide to add some special characters here, so yeah. And of course, for the last, I have to say, if you do not play Valkyrie Profile 1 and 2, especially, because this is a top 10, especially for the two first games, mainly because I never played the DS game, and especially the mobile one, and I make a little research, of course, about those games, but it did not seem that we're gonna have any characters there in this top 10. So, yeah. So, let's begin the top 10 with number 13, Sumeria. So, why Sumeria is in the last place? First of all, she is number 13 of all the strongest characters. So it's not that she's weak, but compared with all the other characters in this list, she is very weak. Um, Now you can ask, why did you put her in the last of all the Valkyries? Well, I'm gonna explain you later in the other when we reach the other Valkyries. But yeah, of what we see from Sumeria, she was most of the times or imprisoned or in a weak state. So we really did not see much of her at her prime. And even if we can assume that she is at least at the same level of power with the other Valkyries, we really did not see much of that. So, yeah, that's why. Number 12. So now it's the time for the next Valkyrie wrist. Um, the reason she is above Chimera is we see her in more of her prime than Sumerium. Um, Even when she was in a weak state, she was seen very strong most of the time that we see with Sumeria, even if you can agree that Sumeria most of the time was even a weaker state than her. But yeah, Sumeria is weaker, at least what we see from her from Risk, even if you could say that they are all in the same level. Number 11, Cert. Um, So, if you play Valkyrie Profile, you know that he is one of the final boss of the game. One off because that game has other two final bosses. The reason that he is in this position of the list is because he is the weakest of all the final bosses. Um, and his story, if you know a little about Nordic mythology, you know how important he is, but at the same time, in the game, he is not that much important. In fact, even if the whole story of the first game is about the Ragnarok and all, we only see what happened in reports in the battles until the very end of the game. And
Fire Rats!
but his we do not see much of him as well. Number 10. So number 10 is gonna be Freya or Freya. I don't know how to say that in English. But the reason why Freya is up Cert and up Valkyrie as well, up Valkyrie is it's very simple. She is stronger than all the Valkyries, at the point that she is one of the final boss of the first game, of the bad ending, and she just uh, cleaned the floor with our faces. The reason why I think she's above Cert is because she is ridiculous strong. She in game she's way harder than Cert is as a boss. And I'm talking about the wicked version of Freya, because she has way more than one battles that we have against her. And even with the story, we could argue that Freya could basically beat Cert, but did not did because, well, all the reasons why the gods decide to usually follow the Ragnarok and all. But yeah, Freya is way above, and I'm not even talking about her version that exists in Seraph Gate, which is even stronger. So, number 9, Brahms. So, if you don't know, Brahms is the god, the supreme ruler of the underworld, one of the four realms, and it's said that his power is equivalent to Odin. So yeah, he has to be stronger than Freya just by that. Even if the story itself, the game itself, we do not have, um, he is not really very important villain in the story, which he could be. We also have a special game over scene with him in Valkyrie profile if you decide to go and fight against him, and he just like Freya clean the floor with us. The difference is that he is way stronger and harder than Freya is. Uh, Sadly, for my opinion, he could have been a more used character, especially in the first game. Um, my opinion is maybe they decided that they would do a game in the future with him being the main villain, but yeah.
My strength is the sword of the oppressed. A curse.
Number 8, I think that you already know who it is. Yes, Odin, the All Father, the all powerful king of the goddess. Yeah, the reason why Odin, you can like, after what I said about Brahms in the last position, you practically knew he would be there. But why the so powerful King of Gods, All Father, is in so low position? Well, again, the same reason why Brahms. You're gonna see later in the next positions why he's so low, but even if he's so powerful and
The origin of time. Divine assault. Spiritual
any version of Odin that could surpass what we're gonna see next. So, number 7, Loki. Yep, the half son, adopt son, whatever, independent of mythology that we're gonna see. Loki is also a unique case since he is mixed blood as well. And at the end of the first Valkyrie profile, he obtained most of the relics, sacred relics, and he is, well, I don't think I have anything to say. He starts Ragnarok and he kills Odin. To say much of why Loki is above Odin in this case. Number 6, Lenneth. So you might ask, wait, Lenneth is the sixth place? But why? Why Riz and Sumera was so low and her is so above everyone else of the Valkyries if they supposed to be in the same level? Well, as I say in the beginning of these top 10, um, I would put the strongest the character we see the character. And Lenneth at the end of the first game becomes Lenneth the creator. And by that means she is the most strongest character within the game at that point. If it was not for Valkyrie Profile 2, she might be the first one in this list.
Engraved upon your soul! Divine assault!
That's why. So, number 5. Who is above the gods of creation? Lenneth? Lizard. Yeah, Lizard or Lizard. I don't know how I prefer to call him Lizard because, yeah, Lizard is a human and is the only human in the list. Why is so special about him? Well, in Valkyrie Profile 1, he's the only human to survive the Ragnarok. And you may say, well, that's impressive, okay, but that puts him above Odin, or Loki, or Lenneth. Well, no. But what happens in Valkyrie Profile 2 puts him. He basically defeat Odin. And when I say defeat Odin, he basically humiliate Odin. And not only trapped his soul inside of a half elf, he pick up his sword and create a whole other plane where he is the supreme god of everything. Oh yeah, and I forgot to say that why so like okay, so he's definitely above Odin and Loki, but why Lenneth, the god of creation? Well, because he kind of defeat her as well. Yeah, the Lenneth of the first game comes back in time and he just defeat her. And yeah,
Bow to me! Worship me! Honor my name! Valid! No mercy for the damned. No escape from catastrophe! Meteor swarm!
now number 4. Number 4 goes to Valkyrie. Yeah, Valkyrie, the union of all the Valkyries with Alicia, the main character of Valkyrie Profile 2. I don't think I have really necessity to explain why she's above Lizard. Like, she's the one to defeat Lizard in the end. And yeah, she is the most powerful being within the normal games of Valkyrie Profile and the number 1 of this top 10 if I did not add the bonus characters. So let's go to them. So the top of our top 10, or better, the bronze medal goes to Gabrielle Celeste. Gabrielle Celeste is one of the recurring characters within a special dungeon which is called Seraph Gate, and usually he is one of the usually he is the last boss before the last boss of the Seraph Gate, with some exceptions, of course. Like in Valkyrie Profile 2, which we have like different versions of characters we see in the story mode. But Gabriel Celeste is, of course, above uh, what we see with Lizard, and just by the fact that you need to defeat story mode to open this dungeon is enough proof of that. And again, Gabriel Celeste is like all the characters that we're gonna see within the rest of this top 10 is arguably like because yeah, but I'm gonna put him above Valkyrie.
Maggots!
Number 2, Ethereal Queen, the most powerful being within Triace universe. Probably it is Ethereal Queen. Sometimes she is referred to a mother of Gabrielle Celeste, sometimes as a sister. Whatever it is, she is way more powerful than Gabrielle for sure. And in a lot of games, I have to say, in all the games probably that she is making an appearance, she is the most strongest character of all, so that's why she is above Gabrielle Celeste. Now, you may ask why she's not number 1 then. Well, let's see. Number 1, Dirna Hamilton. Yeah, that may be a surprise for some people. Dirna Hamilton is the number 1 of our top 10. Why? And as I was saying, in all the games, Ethereal Queen appears she's the most strongest being on the game, with one exception, Valkyrie Profile 2, where we see a character named Dirna that basically defeat all the gods, defeat Gabriel Celeste, and defeat the Queen, and became the supreme ruler and champion of the Seraphic Gate. She's so strong that the game basically give you Valkyrie, which is a character, as we see in number 4 of this top 10, that you only play one time during the story mode against the final boss, because she's so ridiculously strong that she is so above everyone. Even if in the game stats Dirna may look weaker than Ethereal Queen, you have to remind that her powers of create clones that are in the same power that she had make her way stronger than the Ethereal Queen can have.
では、お手並みを拝見させていただきます。
So that was my top 10. Did you agree with the list? Someone should be in the list. Any order you should exchange, like change the order of some characters? Let me know. Also, if you want to make, if you want me to make a list of other games, of other characters, let me know. And I see you guys in the next video. Bye.